They say time waits for no one, but have you ever considered that time might also seek revenge? Welcome, my darlings, to another chapter of Echoes of the Dark. I am your ever-constant companion through the unsettling echoes of existence, Violet Nocturne. Tonight's tale, The Clockmaker's Curse, takes us to a small, forgotten town where obsession meets the ticking inevitability of fate. So, lean closer, let me set the stage, and remember, each second you spend here could be your last. Claude Lefebvre was a relic of an era long past, a master clockmaker, obsessively devoted to his life's work, perfecting timepieces. Tucked away in his dusty shop, the aroma of oil and decaying wood seemed to shroud him in a world entirely his own. But you see, Claude wasn't just creating clocks. He was taming time. Every tick, every talk, was his attempt to conquer the one thing that eluded all of us: immortality. Through polished brass and intricate gears, Claude convinced himself he had the power to shape not just minutes, but destiny. One day, among piles of levers and springs, he found something peculiar: a handwritten note with blueprints for a clock unlike anything he'd ever seen. It wasn't his handwriting, nor anyone's he'd recognize. The signature at the bottom simply read, Chronos. Oh, darling, I see your pulse quickening already. But wait, it only gets darker from here. Claude followed the instructions on the blueprint, completely unaware of the price waiting to be paid. The design was intricate with symbols and runes engraved into its casing. A clock designed not only to tell time, but to control it. The shop felt alive that night, glowing with a strange, otherworldly light each time he hammered a piece into place. It was midnight when he screwed in the final piece. That moment would mark the beginning of his spiral into madness. The clock's chime was nothing ordinary. Imagine a sound that slips under your skin, drips like cold water into your ear, and pools in the hollow of your spine. When Claude first activated it, time shifted. Objects forgotten on shelves began to decay visibly, while newly created items aged backward. Mere seconds stretched into what felt like hours, or else snapped out of existence entirely. But oh, Claude, poor fool that he was, found it exhilarating. He began experimenting further, letting the clock dictate his hours, ignoring all else. Customers dwindled, his body wasted away, but in his mind, he had unlocked the secret of eternity. Until one morning, Claude woke at exactly 3:33 a.m., only to find an entire day missing from his calendar. People around town spoke in hushed tones, whispering of unexplainable gaps in their routines. Then came déjà vu. Moments where Claude would pause, knowing he had lived a fragment over and over again. His own reflection began to blur on the mirror's surface, flickering inconsistently with his movements. Yes, darling, time was no longer his servant. It had become his master, and worse, his tormentor. By the time Claude realized the blueprint's sinister origins, it was too late. Every aspect of his life was consumed by the clock. Days melted into nights without warning. His face became a canvas of premature wrinkles, and his soul, it felt tethered to that cursed machine. One fateful evening, when the chime rolled like the hollow echo of a death knell, Claude collapsed. Above him, he swears he saw its face, the ghostly shadow he recognized as the name scrawled on the blueprint, Chronos. Time, my dear listeners. Sentient, wrathful, and patient. You see, Claude's hubris was believing he could cheat the inevitable. The next morning, passerby found the clockmaker's shop eerily silent. The clock itself kept ticking, but Claude was gone. Or was he? Customers who dared enter later swore they could hear soft whispers among the ticking, his agonized cries embedded within its eternal rhythm. The shop was eventually abandoned, left to rot under the weight of its haunted ticking. As for the clock, legend says it still exists, somewhere out there, waiting for someone arrogant enough to wind its gears just one more time. And who knows? Perhaps that someone could be you. Or maybe you already hear its call in the faint tick-tick-ticking at the edge of your dreams. Ah, such fragility we humans possess, so easily tempted to master what we cannot control. Time is a peculiar dance partner, my darlings. Turn too fast and you'll stumble. Hold on too tightly and it will slip through your fingers. Remember that as you drift off tonight. Sweet dreams, or none at all.